Can't Headrush just have simple delays? Hey guys, I'm Dr. McFarland and welcome back to the channel. Right here in front of me I have the Headrush Flex Prime, and on the screen I have the rig editor, or some people are calling it the web editor because it's technically in a web-based editing form. Whatever you want to call it, I'm going to add some stuff on the screen instead of on the small screen on the Flex Prime, just because it's easier for y'all to see y'all, because I was born in Alabama. Anyway, let's get into this. I've been using Headrush for 6 years, probably more. And yes, Headrush has very simple delays. They all sound great. I have older videos, 3 or 4 years old at this point, that go through every single delay and how to use them, how they sound. But for all you new guys out there who are new to the Headrush ecosystem and the workflow, then let's just dive into some delay options and see what we got. All right, so here on the screen is a blank rig. And yes, Headrush calls them rigs and not presets. And we also have scenes and not snapshots. I'm pretty sure the only modeler that calls things a snapshot is the Helix. Everything else is a scene, essentially. So what we have here is just a blank rig, and we can start setting up scenes maybe later or in another video, whichever comes first. So I'm going to click on a block, and we're going to choose an amp. And I really like these days for my cleans, I like the black shimmer. It just sounds really good. Okay, and let's also add a cab. We're just going to do a stock cab. And something new that Headrush has added is the matched cabs. Let's go in here and let's find if we have a shimmer cab, and we should. So it's called the 67 Black Shimmer. And it looks like a normal IR icon, but we just have gain, high cut, low cut, and a mix, just like a normal IR would be. And this is the sound that we have playing my Kiesel Lyra with Allen Holdsworth pickups. Okay, so just a normal sound, but it's very dry. So let's go ahead and add in next a simple reverb, because we just have simple reverbs now. We do have the Spring Guru, which is brand new for 4.0, but I'm going to focus on that in another video. Let's just go with the room sound and maybe bring the mix down a little bit to like 20%. Okay, and then the last thing that we want to do is check our output. And this is a small issue that I have with the editor, is they don't give you a output level on the screen. So you have to look at the actual output on your device. And we're good. So I want to make sure that signal is right below that 0 mark. So it lets me know that all my rigs are the same volume roughly, and just adds more consistency to the setup. Now, on to the delays. Let's go ahead and drag these over real fast. So as far as a simple delay goes, the air delay and the Dyn delay are more of your digital style delays. And then we obviously have the Bucket Brigade delay and the tape echo and the tape echo. So those are more of your warbly kind of delays. And then we do have an analog delay based off of the Mugafuger type company. And we do have the pitch delay, which can rise or lower the pitch as you get more repeats. And there's a reso delay, and there's all kinds of stuff in here. But let's just go with a Dyn delay for now. And we have a Dyn mono and a Dyn stereo. So let's go for a default stereo sound on this one. And this is what we got. Okay, so plenty of feedback. We have plenty of mix on here. So the main thing you want to worry about with the Dyn delay is the ratio. If you have it set to 0, then that means you're getting the subdivision that you actually see on the screen. So we have it set to quarter notes. So if I play a chord, okay, there's my chord notes. But what's something really cool with the ratio is if you make it 50%, now we're altering the subdivisions and it's actually going to make it more of a stereo sound. So check this out. Okay, so now we have a built-in quarter note delay with an added dotted eighth delay without adding another delay type or anything like that. So it's very cool to have that extra option in there to kind of get some other movement with the delay. So if you want a more simple delay, then set the ratio to 100%. Then just whatever you tap in the tempo at, that's what it's going to be. We can also turn the sync off. We can have this set to any kind of millisecond range that you want, either super short, which is more of the slapback kind of sound. Right, especially if you lower the feedback. So you just get maybe 1 or 2 gentle repeats. And obviously that's way too high of a mix, so you want to bring it down. Okay, so if you like country chicken picking type stuff, then that's a good option for you. If you want more of a general, just longer delay, I like the 450 millisecond range. So it's just a good middle of the road kind of delay that's not too slow, not too fast, but just kind of sits well when you're soloing and playing different chords and stuff. Okay, so that is the Dyn Delay, and you can hear that it really doesn't have any warble sound to it or any other weirdness. It's just a straight, simple delay. Now you can cut off the high end to darken it or warm it up a little bit. So if we cut it down to like maybe 4,000 hertz, we have that kind of thing going on. And we can also raise the low cut so it cuts off more of the low end, and we're just making it more mid-rangey at this point. So that is the Dyn Delay. Let's add one more. And actually the air delay is very similar to the Dyn Delay, so there's really no need of going over that at all. The Bucket Brigade delay is the next. And this is more like your MXR carbon copy delay, or maybe some of the Strymon stuff that's out there. So let's go with like Echo Long for this one. Okay, obviously the mix is a little too much, so we can turn that down. Okay, once again, I'm gonna set it around that 450, turn the feedback down, turn the mix back up a bit. And with delays, it is a good option to have the tails on. So that way when you bypass the effect, whether that's just directly from the switch or via scenes, the spillover or the tails keep going. So let me turn up the feedback a little bit so you can really hear what that sounds like. Okay, so you can hear, even though I've bypassed the effect, the tails keep going. But I still hear them going. Okay, so you might want to turn down the feedback a little bit so it's not going on forever. And to me, that is a very simple delay. It sounds a little bit darker, a little bit warmer than the Dyn Delay. And you can still turn on some hiss, which I don't really hear a lot of hiss. And you could turn up the depth if you wanted some warble in there. Okay, you can kind of hear it degrading the sound a little bit. Maybe if we turn the rate down really slow. Okay, that's clearly too much for my personal taste, but you just do whatever you feel like you want to do there. Okay, so over the years of using Headrush, I mainly just use the Dyn Delay. I do like the Bucket Brigade delay. It works pretty good. I also don't mind a good tape delay sometimes, if that's what I'm kind of feeling at that moment. So let's go ahead and add the tape delay, or the tape echo. And this has a good echo long on it. Okay, the mix is always a little bit too high for my personal taste, but this is also reasonably, even killed, not too crazy. You can see that the wow is up a little bit, but you can just roll that back. So now let's take the amp and let's just add another amp because we can. Let's actually go to the revolver side here. And I love me a good classic 30 just because it's fun. Okay, this one has a reverb built in. We'll turn the boost on, turn the preamp up. Okay, so if you don't want the tape echo, maybe we'll go back to our Dyn Delay. Okay, and we can also check out the Bucket Brigade delay. Okay, and that sounds nice to me. It's pretty simple. There are more recent additions like the Again Delay, the M104, and the Buddha Samurai, or whatever you say. So I do like the analog delay here. This sounds pretty good. Let's do Routenote echoes. And let's turn back down this mix and the time a touch. Okay, so this one is very dark and very analog sounding. We'll turn the mix down and the depth and the rate down. And you do have the ability to drive this just a little bit. Yeah, so I think there's plenty of delay options there for everyone and your own personal taste. So whether you like the really digital, clean delays, you'll want to choose the Air or the Dyn Delay. If you want more of the analog sound, obviously the M104, the Bucket Brigade, the Tape Echo, those are all good options. So there you go. Those are the delay options on the Headrush. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And I do have a full Headrush course on my website, so you can go even deeper into all things Headrush and learn about every amp, cab, microphone, wet effect, and dry effect. So be sure to check that out. And if you are not subscribed and you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give us a subscribe down below and click the bell. And in the meantime, I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.